it's just crazy now that when I'm out and I'm having conversations with people, somebody will say a term or something, and it immediately there's a song related. You know what I mean? It's a trigger. It's either that or a movie quote.
Yeah.
But something is always triggering, and I'm just like, and they'll say something, and the earworm will just go right into my brain, and now I'm in my head. You're talking.
doing the whole,
I don't know what
yeah.
you're saying, but in my head, I'm
kinda zoned
singing
out.
whatever you just said,
kinda
and then I
zoned
go,
out.
"What were you saying?"
Nah, it's one of the things. That show Scrubs. You ever watch Scrubs?
I did watch a little bit of it.
That was one of the things that I appreciated about that show. Even though the main character JD was kind of a ditz,
Right.
but like when he would zone out, I was like, yeah, that's me all day.
Yeah.
Somebody
yeah.
will say something, and
Music.
in my head, there's a jingle,
There's something.
there's a movie quote,
There's something. Yeah.
Samsonite.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it doesn't take much to trigger it.
Well, like I remember, I remember. I mean, I can remember so many occasions, but yeah, it's like people will just say something, and like I want to blurt it out in their face, but I don't want to come off like ass, just like interrupted with something that's irrelevant.
What does an interrupting cow say?
Right. so I have to hold it in, and the problem with holding it is I hear it over their conversation. I hear my
that inner monologue. Yeah.
and then I have to go.
Oh, damn it.
And they're talking. It could be at work, right? They're talking something super important. I'm like, repeat that one more time.
Okay, just to make sure we're on the same page.
Don't say this part though. I got that, because if you say this, it's gonna.
It'll trigger my earworm again.
So, but yeah, I mean, the earworms are.
I don't know.
I have an infestation.
I feel like that might have something to do with some undiagnosed ADHD or ADD
there's got to be a medical term for it.
Something.
Maybe we need to invent a medical term for it.
That'll be crazy, because I know everybody doesn't experience that.
Or do they?
Hey, let us know if you do or don't, because
earworms are a thing for me.
That definitely happens. I used to get in trouble in
I think
boot camp.
everybody gets earworms. I think everybody gets earworms.
I know,
but
I think
that's
point,
why there's a term called earworms. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's to the point where it's triggered off of just conversation pieces or talking points.
Yeah,
they can just that's it. Because I could have 12 earworms a day.
Like anytime somebody says I feel like, I hear Kanye. I feel like Pablo, like that's, and then for the next 2 minutes, that's all that I'm hearing in my head.
Since we're going to talk about Kanye, whenever someone says, man, I only got 2 words for it, I go to him and Freeway and them. Like, it's like, yeah, everything. The other day somebody was talking, we were talking about movies and stuff, and they were talking about like, why haven't they done like a modern RoboCop movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've remade so many different movies. Why is there not a new RoboCop, right? And the second they said that, I don't know what triggered it, but there's the Kanye song, I've been on that RoboCop.
Yeah.
Because I don't want no RoboCop.
Yeah.
And so, like, they're talking about RoboCop now, and my head is playing that song. I have no idea what they said. I didn't even ask. I knew they were talking about why isn't there a remake. That's all. But all the points that they were making was zeroed out.
Yeah.
And when they were done, I was like, yeah, they should probably do something. I don't know. It's just,
it happens.
It's the earworms, man.
It happens so many times.
But
yeah, like when I hear summertime, and it's summertime. It's a fight, because that one is the number, is the primary default. Well, no, my other one,
the
LBC. Yeah, that's the other one that comes up.
Yeah,
coming from a city with no pity is shown.
That wasn't LV, was it?
Nah, that was LBC crew.
LBC crew. Yeah. Summertime.
And then when I think of LBC crew, it makes me think of Thin Line Between Love and Hate, because they were on that soundtrack.
And that's the thing, is the earworms will just
it keeps going.
It just it's like they're touching now. I have an infestation, so they each worm touches the next.
I'm infested. It's like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
I can get everything back to Warren G somehow.
Right. Warren G. See, and we started with Warren G on here with the
and now we're back to there we go.
We just cycled right
full
back.
Circle. There goes that 7 degrees. Mr. Grimm.
Right.
Woo!
Space Katir.
Right.
I'm in the house, baby.
Is that the same person? Is Warren G and Mr. Grimm the same person?
You've asked that.
I still haven't got an answer yet.
You've asked that.
That earworm never leaves. It's there. It's always there. He's hanging in the back, waiting for his opportunity to ask that question. Nobody's been able to
talk about Mr. Grimm.
I don't know. Love that song though.
Yeah.
But that was before I knew anything about what weed was.
Earworms. Earworms are, and that's something that's not contagious. You can't catch an earworm from somebody else over something. Like, you can have an earworm, but it's not like I have to. Because there's times, I'm sure, like right now for that summertime example, I'm sure that somebody say summertime, and I might go summer, summer, and you're in there going summertime in
Different
the air.
earworms, yeah.
So I mean, so there's no contagious. It's independent. So it's an isolated disease.
I mean, yeah. Also, I mean, I get that, but also it is a shared.
It's very welcomed for me though. I love it.
But it's like if you start hearing the drum beat from "Never Gonna Give You Up,"
Right.
Like I know everybody.
You about to get Rick rolled? No, I mean, and that's
Man, there was of course I can't think of it now because I only heard it like one time, but there was an artist who used that as a sample. Like he sampled that on his beat.
Okay.
And I was fascinated and appalled at the same time. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get this out of my head.
So he Rick rolled you on his song.
Yeah.
So
it was crazy.
I just love that it became a thing to get Rick rolled, and and as the internet's grown,
people went through crazy lengths to Rick roll you too.
That's just. I used to try to prank people and get people. I ain't gonna lie. I mean,
it's never my thing.
I always thought it was pretty funny. But but yeah, that's definitely an earworm. And it's funny because you'll be in a store and they'll be playing that, and you just like somebody.
I wanna start doing the dance.
Somebody getting Rick rolled right now. Well, if you do the dance, let me move the desk.
I'm not doing it now.
And let's get it on the show.
I'll just dance in my head.
Dancing with CYRT.
CYRT. The CYRT dance battles.
So
gonna have a dance off.